All right, welcome to another live event. Yes, I am doing quite a few of these, and as you can tell, I'm quite enjoying them. I'm actually enjoying them for a number of reasons. One of them is just the live aspect of it, obviously, but something else I've noticed about it is that it does really help your videos rank really well on YouTube. Just a case in point in time before we get started, because I like giving you a follow-up on my previous lessons with this stuff. If you were to go to a place called YouTube, and let's just go there and type in the word YouTube video ads. Let's hope it's still the case. Oh, well, it is, it's just how it is, isn't it? Yesterday when I looked, my video was ranking number 1. At the moment, it's ranking number 3. So it probably depends a bit on the time of day that you're looking at this. But that's pretty interesting. So that's a video that I did on YouTube video ads a while ago. And there's some pretty competitive companies here like Google and YouTube that I've been outranking. So this stuff really works extremely well. But anyway, this call, of course, is not about live events. It is about helping you make your videos convert. And I'm going to specifically look at YouTube videos, helping you get your viewers to become either leads or customers, or to help you get them to take a certain kind of action. I'm going to dig into those. I was going to quickly have a look at my live page and make sure that everything is going well. Feel free to say hi in the comments area. It's a Facebook comment system for this particular one. I'm running a bit of a trial, but please feel free to interact with each other there, leave comments, reply to each other, whatever you like. And I'll be keeping an eye on it every now and then, but I'm also going to be using it for something very cool. So it's just turned 9 o'clock in the morning here in Australia, and in America, in New York, it should be about 7 o'clock in the evening. So we're going to get started, and let me introduce this whole thing to you, and let's get going. All right. So first of all, welcome to this live presentation where I would like to share with you the secret to getting your viewers to act after watching your videos on YouTube. I am very excited to be sharing with you some of the things that I've learned over my 8 years online and the successes I've had and some shortcuts that you can use for achieving this for yourself. Just a couple of things before we get started. Because this is a live event, if the connection drops, don't stress about it. Just keep on watching. Normally it comes back within a minute or so. So just keep watching. My connection gets a little bit funny sometimes. If you have a slow connection, so if you're on in the wops out in the country or in a place where the internet is not so good, do this. Have a look at the video player down the bottom right. There will be a little cog there that you can click on, and you can adjust the quality. So if you have a slow internet connection, reduce the quality to a lower quality setting. The highest you can go for this stream is 720. So if you have a good connection, go for 720p. But if you have a slow connection and it's coming through a bit choppy, just bring that quality level down. So what you'll learn today, as I said, it's going to be about getting people to do something after watching your videos. That's really what all this is about. But I want to break it down for you because there are a few really cool things that you're going to be learning about today. First of all, the one thing to get right before you even start thinking about creating a video. The one thing to get right before you even start thinking about creating a video. So this is, you don't even need to create the video yet. This is very important to get this right beforehand. The next thing, a powerful conversion formula for creating the perfect video script or video structure. I'll show you exactly what I've been using and the successes I've been getting. Then I want to show you 6 different actions to get your viewers to take to help you grow your business. So it's not just about getting them to like your video or to subscribe to your channel. There are actually 6 different things you can get them to do when they watch your videos or after they've watched your videos. And I'll show you exactly all of them. Now, there's a little competition that I am running today. I like running little competitions for these live events just to make it a bit more interactive and fun. And so this is how it's going to work. I have 3 prizes that I'm going to give away to live attendees. So you guys watching this live right now, there's 3 prizes up for grabs. Prize 1 is a Logitech C920 webcam and 1 hour of picking my brain. How cool is that? So just to show you, this little camera here, that's prize 1, and an hour with me picking, you can pick my brain for an hour. These are beautiful little cameras. I use it for live streaming. I use it for my web interviews. It's a fantastic little camera. I bought it for about $130, but you can probably get them for about, I don't know, $80 on Amazon. But anyway, that's first prize. All right, second prize is a $100 SPLASHEO voucher, where you can go to SPLASHEO and buy any of the products with $100 with this voucher, and another hour of picking my brain. So if you're not familiar with SPLASHEO, if I can just share that with you. So SPLASHEO, of course, is this business here, SPLASHEO.com. There's a bunch of cool products. We have the intros, outros, lower thirds, all this sort of stuff. So you get a $100 voucher if you're keen to be part of this competition. Okay, prize 3 is 1 hour picking my brain. So with all these 3 prizes, you get to spend 1 hour with me and ask me questions. I look at your business and we help and troubleshoot your business and give you results. And last time I did this, I had 3 calls with 3 amazing people, and I really enjoyed it. And I think we really managed to have some really big breakthroughs for these people. So very valuable. I don't charge out my time anymore. I just don't have the time to do this anymore. It's it's just not a worthwhile business model for me to pursue. So getting access to my brain is a very unique thing, and I love helping people on these calls. But I just realized that it's a very limited thing that I'm doing, a very special thing. Now to enter, very simple. All you've got to do is get involved in the comments area below. So leave a comment there. I'd love to hear from you. So there's the comments area below this video. If you want to enter, at the end of it, I'll do a draw, and I'll draw 3 people from the comments for the 3 winners. And so you can leave a comment throughout this video. You can also use the little this little share. I think it's over here. Some share buttons on there. If you want to share the video, that'll also help you. Well, actually, I won't be looking at that, but if you like what I'm doing here, please go ahead and share that with your followers on the social media networks. Okay, so please leave a comment, and at the end, I will look at those comments and announce the 3 winners. So I'm going to get straight into it today. I do have something special I want to offer you at the end. But I've changed things up a bit, and there's going to be a lot of meat in today's presentation. I really want to give you some tremendous value today. And part of this is I'm going to be talking about these books. It's going to be part of my presentation, and I'll tell you why they're so important for you to get, and what's in them as well, what makes them so awesome to help you with your videos. So let's get into it, shall we? All right. Now, a few years ago, I had a rude awakening. I was just getting started with my business online. I wrote my second book. My first book was a nice success. I wrote this little book here, Truckloads of Leads. And the point of the book was to help businesses get more leads. And at that point in time, I did a lot of research and a lot of reading, a lot of study a bit of experimentation on how to do this, and I wrote this little book. So I thought I'd create a little ad in a local magazine. This was in 2007, I think, a wee while ago. And, you know, the person that I did this through, made all these promises to me, said, you know, talked about all this massive audience that I'll be able to get, and viewership and readership, all this sort of stuff. And I thought, okay, very cool. I'll spend my $3,000 to get a full page ad on this and give this book away for free. I was giving it away for free. Keep that in mind. It wasn't, people didn't even have to pay. Anyway, I spent the $3,000, created this beautiful ad that went into this magazine. The ad went live, and I was sitting there, you know, waiting for people to go to my website and go and download the book. Day one goes by, nothing happens. Day two goes by, not much happens. Basically, a whole week, a whole month goes by. In fact, till this day, the total number of downloads that I got for $3,000 that I spent on the ad was, guess, 33. I can't even, you know, 33 downloads of my book that I spent $3,000 for. So 33 leads that I got for spending $3,000. And I was gutted. And this was a rude awakening to me. I was thinking, what's this advertising thing? You know, how does this really work? But what happened was that even though I had access to all this viewership or readership, there was something really significantly wrong with my ad. And the trouble was that it just didn't convert. It didn't get people to take action. And because I was so new to the industry and to marketing and advertising, I just didn't really know how to move people to action. So since then, I've been a very keen student of how to move people to action, because I don't want to spend $3,000 every time I just want to get 33 leads. So very important. So moving on, you know, through this experience, I've learned a lot. So basically, there are 3 reasons why conversion is so crucial to get right. And you can probably guess some of them already. But in the context for us for today, let's have a look at these 3 reasons. Reason number 1, it gets people to take action. So just with my little ad in the magazine years ago, if you don't have a good conversion process in there, nobody's going to take action, and that's a big problem. Reason 2 is that your traffic is useless without conversion. So it doesn't matter how much traffic you get. If people don't take action as a result, if they don't view your video, or if they don't subscribe, or if they don't leave a comment, other than getting exposure, your traffic is rather useless when it comes to actually making an income. Reason number 3 is that when you have a good conversion rate for your videos, in other words, if you can get people to take action, it actually increases the value of your traffic. Well, think about it, you know, with this example of my little book that I advertised, I spent $3,000 and I got 33 leads. If I increased my conversion, that's the only thing I increased, to say 3,000, if I had 3,000 downloads of my book for $3,000, it would have cost me $1 per lead. Now instead, it cost me like $100 per lead because I only had 33 leads. So by improving your conversions, you actually make your traffic more valuable. So you can grow your business by simply increasing your conversions. And this is a very, very valuable thing. So a lot of people always think about, oh, I need more views, I need more traffic, and to be able to grow my business. And I need to go and look for new markets and to get more people into my business. Not necessarily true if you want to grow your business. You can just look at your conversions. And I'm not saying you don't look at traffic at all. Absolutely, that's not what I'm saying. But so many people just completely ignore conversions. And yet, it's one of those things that can really help you grow your business and in fact, leverage your existing traffic and views that you're getting on YouTube or traffic from anywhere so much more. So those are the reasons. Those are the 3 main reasons. Let me just go through them again. It gets people to take action. You know, your traffic is useless unless you have conversion, and it actually increases the value of each visitor who comes to your website. So the conclusion with all of this, it is kind of a chicken and egg situation, but the conversions come before traffic. And what I mean by that is that you first need to make sure, before you start driving tons of traffic and views and stuff, you need to make sure you get your conversion right. You need to make sure that whatever you create, whether it's a video, whether it's an ad, whether it's a web page, whether it's a leading page or a sales page, you need to apply some well-known and tested principles to help increase your conversion as much as possible. And a really nice way of looking at it is to think about it in this way. You start with conversions. You see maybe your conversions are like a 2 out of 10 at the moment for either a video or a landing page. Doesn't matter. It's just a principle I want to talk about here. And maybe your traffic is sitting at a 3 out of 10 if you want to give it a score. So a really nice way of doing this is to look at conversion first and say, let's take that from a 2 out of 10 to a 5 out of 10. And then you go over to traffic and say, okay, let's take my traffic now from a 3 out of 10 to a 6 out of 10. And then you come back to conversions again. But the whole principle here is that, if you have a bad conversion process, it doesn't matter how much traffic you send there, you're just going to waste a lot of money. So it makes a lot of sense to really improve your conversions as much as you can up front. And I learned this from a really good friend of mine, Will Swain. Will, if you're watching this, from Marketing Results, brilliant guy. And he taught me this years ago. And it changed my business. It was very, very useful. Now, there are 3 pillars to getting high conversions. 3 pillars. I'm going to show you which one of these are. All these 3. And you get all these 3 right, it should increase your conversions. And I'm going to apply this specifically to video. And I've got some very unique things here that I don't think you've seen before. So the first pillar is the right target desire of your target audience. So targeting the right desire. That's pillar number 1. It's probably not what you thought. And this is the stuff that you look at even before you create your video, even before you even start thinking about your production. So important to get this right. Let me dig into this for you. So getting the right target desire of your target audience first. That's pillar number 1. Now, there's another way to look at your videos on YouTube. And I'm going to call it Eugene Schwartz's way. Now, Eugene Schwartz, if you don't know who he is or who he was, brilliant mind, brilliant man who wrote this book. If there's one book you want to buy that will help you with conversions, but also for a bigger strategy, basically for moving people to action, this is it. This book is not cheap. This particular copy cost me about $100, I think $97 or something like that. I think you can get a downloadable one for a lot cheaper, but I recommend you get a physical one. Awesome book. Anyway, inside this book, Eugene talks about this thing called mass desire, or I like calling them mass trending desires. And it's so good. He says that basically, I'm paraphrasing here, your job as an advertiser, so he talks about it in terms of an advertiser. Your job as an advertiser is not to create desire or manufacture desire. Your job as an advertiser is to uncover existing desires in your audience, existing mass desires. And then your job as an advertiser is to create an ad that basically becomes the conduit, the link between this mass desire and your product or your service, whatever you're trying to sell. So you've got your ad in the middle, mass desire on one end, and your product on the other end. And your ad connects the two. So your ad is that thing that gets in the way of people's eyeballs, and they go, wow, yes, this really resonates with me. They read the rest of your ad, and in our case, it's going to be a video, and then they go and take action and buy your product or visit your website or whatever it is. So this is where it all starts. So it all starts with uncovering these mass desires in your market. And this is the thing: you target the wrong thing, nothing else matters. You target the wrong thing, it doesn't matter how good your conversion or tricks are or anything that you apply, or how good your video is. It doesn't matter, because there's no mass desire there. So that's one of the first things to really think about. And by the way, if you have a question about this, I'm going to have open up the Skype call line where you can call in with Skype, and you can either ask me an audio question or a video. You can come in on a video call with Skype, and everybody can see you. You don't have to come in with a video. You can just talk with over voice, and then you can ask me questions. So I will open up the lines for questions later on. So yeah, so you target the wrong desire and nothing else matters. You get this wrong, it doesn't matter how good anything else is. So that's really the first thing. So to really, figure out what it is for your target audience, what those really keen desires are. And we often talk about them as your problems, needs, wants, frustrations, desires. Those things, they're all, when I say desire in this context, they all mean the same thing. So what problems is your current target audience having? What are those desires? What is the desires they have for solving these problems? What are those things they stay awake at night thinking about? And they're thinking, how do I solve this thing? Or they dream about this thing. What are their dreams and aspirations? They stay awake at night dreaming about these things. Maybe it's a holiday, maybe it's a new car, maybe it's looking good in front of their friends, whatever it is. Your job as an advertiser and as a marketer is to figure out first what these mass desires are, and they develop over years of time. I think they actually develop much faster now. In the days of Eugene Schwartz, it took years for the desires to develop. But nowadays, with the internet and everything, I see these trends just developing so much faster. But your job, the point is to figure out what these mass desires are. You can't create them as an advertiser. You can educate people, but that's the hard way. A better way is to figure out what are these existing things, and then positioning yourself in front of these existing desires. And I've learned this the hard way as well. I've set up YouTube channels in the past before where, I would think it's cool. It was something that'd be a great topic for me, but then no one else would really be interested in it. There wouldn't be a mass desire for that particular thing. Very important. So this really is the first step towards increasing conversions massively. Think about it. The difference between targeting an audience that has a really strong desire to solve the problem and another audience where they're kind of mediocre about it, it's going to be so much easier to target these people who has this really strong desire compared to the other mediocre ones. So that's the first step, it's the first step towards increasing conversions, right? You get that right, you will dramatically increase how people will take action when they watch your videos. And remember here, yes, I've been talking about ads here, but this is a real breakthrough idea here. A way to look at your YouTube videos on your YouTube channel is that each and every video on your channel is essentially an ad. So in other words, remember that visual picture I had before where you've got mass desire here, the ad in the middle, and then your product or service on the other side. Now your ad here, every single video on your channel is an ad. That's what it comes down to. And you need to treat every single video, even though you're providing content and you're providing value, to think about your video in terms of an ad. How can you channel this mass desire through your video into whatever you're trying to do, whatever action you're getting them to take. So I'm widening this up a bit. There's 6 different actions you can get people to take. So it's not necessarily just buying your products, but there's 6 different actions that I'll show you in a minute. All right. So there are to help you with this, to make this nice and practical, how do you figure out what these desires are and which ones are the right ones? So there are 3 qualifying questions to make sure that you target the right desire or right audience. So the first qualifying question is the desire that you're targeting big enough? Is it something that people lie awake at night thinking about? Is it something really important? Is it something that people really care about? And once again, it can be a desire, it can be a need, want, frustration, problem, those 5 things. Is it big enough? Do people care about it? Do people talk about it? Do they get frustrated about it? Do they get excited about it? What are those emotional content of these desires? Is that emotional content big enough? That people care enough to want to go and look for a solution? That's the first thing, first qualifying question. Second qualifying question, is the desire persistent? In other words, is this a desire that's ongoing? For example, food and being healthy. It's a consistent and persistent thing. I always want to eat more food. I always want to make sure I stay healthy. I always want to learn more about being healthy. Travel, cars. I always want to travel somewhere. Beauty. People always want to learn how to be beautiful. They always want to look good in front of other people. So that's where this one comes in. Is the desire that you're targeting persistent? And think about it. If you target a big enough desire and it's persistent, it means that when you create your content, people are constantly want to learn more about it. They constantly want to come and watch your videos. So this is where this one comes in. Figure out or make sure that the desire you're targeting is persistent. And the third qualifying question is a very important one. Are there enough people in the world with the same desire? It's a numbers thing. So there's actually 2 things to this number. So sometimes it's either enough people who can buy your products and service, or if it's a smaller number of people, that they have enough money to be able to purchase your products and services. But the key idea here is that, is the market big enough? Are there enough people out there who can come and buy your product or service, and do they have the money? So that's a third qualifying question. So just quickly to review those. Is the desire big enough? Is the desire persistent? And are there enough people around the world with the same desire? So otherwise, if you don't have a big enough audience, you're going to struggle getting traction. So we're ready for pillar number 2. And this is now when you start thinking about your video, and in particular, the right video structure. I can't emphasize how important the structure of your videos are, and how powerful and effective the right structure can be for moving your audience to action. Every video that I create has a structure behind it. Even this presentation that you're watching right now, there's a certain structure that I'm following, a very well thought through and tested structure. And all I do is I just add my content into the structure. And the structure leads people along a certain path to help them then be ready for when you ask them to take an action. So let me show you the structures. There's actually quite a few. There's a few structures that you can use, but I'm going to show you a unique one that I think gives you a bit more depth and really helps you get people to take action. So one really famous one is the AIDCA structure. Some people call them formulas. A stands for attention, so getting people's attention right at the beginning of your video. I is for interest, so this is where you get people interested in the topic. D is for desire, where you develop the desire of the benefits of the solution that you're talking about, or you present your solution to them. C is for conviction. This is where you really convict people of what you're telling them. You give them proof and all this sort of stuff. And A, of course, is for action, getting people to take action. So that's a really neat structure. All of these are actually very similar, but they're just a little bit different. there is the why, what, how, what if, and now structure. Very cool structure too. I use this very often. I use this especially for longer presentation. I start with the why. And as you saw with this presentation, I started with, why conversions? Why conversions? And I'm actually at the what stage now with this particular one. What's next? We just tell them about, what it actually is. How is all about the practical thing. How do you actually do this? What if is a really nice one. And this is where you talk about all the different cases of this thing that you're talking about. So case A, what happens if you do that? Case B. And you can also use this for, what other people have done to help support your point. And then now is just, once again, all about taking action. There's the SPIN formula, and I always forget this because I never really use this. I don't find this particular one very useful. I think this is a useful structure for when you do face-to-face kind of selling. They call this SPIN selling. I'm not sure if I can remember all of these. S is for situation. P is for problem. Goodness gracious, I forget what these are. But anyway, you can Google that. This is not one that I've used much, so that's why I don't really know it. But spin selling, I mean, that's also a nice potential structure. From what I can tell, it works better with face-to-face kind of selling. But what I'd like to do is introduce a new structure to you, or it's a new way of looking at it with a bit more depth. And I think when you apply this to your video content, whether it's just a normal video on your YouTube channel, or whether it's a sales video or a lead capture video, it doesn't matter. This structure applies for all of them. The structure helps you get your viewers to take action. And there's 5 parts to the structure. The first part is what I call your target audience problem match. Your target audience problem match. So this is where, right at the beginning of your video, you call out your audience. You qualify your audience. And what you want to do here right at the beginning of your video, and this is often with I think I call it the Z factor or whatever, where you sort of set the scene, is you want to identify that desire, that mass trending desire, or the people who has that mass trending desire. And you want to tell them about the problem that they have as well. So you want to make sure the audience that you're targeting actually has this problem. So it's audience target match. Very important to get this right. So that's the first thing, and it can be just a qualifying statement, like, for example, with my SPLASHEO business, I would often target video editors. That's my target audience. And I know a pain point or a desire they have is to be able to create videos much easier, much faster. So a beginning statement might be something like, hey, attention all video editors. Do you also struggle with video editing? Do you also find it really frustrating? So do you see what I did there? I matched the audience with the problem. So that's the first thing, to make sure you've got a target audience and problem match. Those two things have to match right at the beginning with your introductory statement of your video. Once you've done that, you're ready for the next part. And this is, once you've qualified people and you've now identified who they are and they know that they have this problem, the next thing is to make sure that you have a problem solution match. So with the same example of my video for SPLASHEO, the video editing thing, this is now where I match up my solution that I have with the problem. And I would often do this with a story, or with building some sort of intrigue, or pointing towards my solution that I have. So, for example, for SPLASHEO, for video editing, I would start talking about an experience that I had. I used to do all the video editing myself, and it was really frustrating. And the biggest pain point that I had was the video editing. And then I discovered this really cool new method, the solution, this new cool method for creating videos really quickly. Got it? So that's now matching up the problem with my solution. So now imagine your viewers watching this now. They're going, all right, they've already called me out. I am a video editor, and they've identified the problem that I'm having, the video editing. And now they're saying, okay, they have a solution to this exact problem that I have. See the alignment with all of this? How cool this is? So problem, solution, match. That's the second part of the structure of your video, where you've got to make people realize that you actually have a solution to their specific problem. Next up, you can do either one of these three or all three, is where you talk about the main benefit of your solution, or a main feature, or you talk about how to do it, how to implement the solution, or how the solution works. So this is actually a very simple part. And in this presentation, in terms of structure, after this bit, after you'll see me going into the how-to of this. So sometimes you use the how-to. If it's more of a sales video, you want to talk more about the main benefits. If it's more of a content video, you go more into the how-to. See how that works? So it's a very versatile structure here. The fourth structure is a very, very intriguing one, and this is where you apply some triggers. And this is one of the key things for moving people to action, or getting them ready to take action. And by a trigger, I mean sort of stuff that this guy talks about in this book, Robert Cialdini, in The Psychology of Persuasion, Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion. He talks about 6 triggers that moves people to action. This is automatic trigger that happens in people's minds when you apply these things, that moves them to action or gets them ready to take action. And I'm not going to go through them in detail. What I recommend you do is you buy this book. Check it out on Amazon. It's like $20. It is worth millions, this book. You pay $20. It gives you the ability to really have massive influence. It's one of my favorite business books. These 2 books alone are incredible for your marketing and sales. You know, if you just read these 2 books, you will be on the road to success in no time. Amazing book. I'll show you the other book in a second. By the way, if you're liking this so far, if you're thinking you're getting some good value here, if you're getting a value bomb, please leave a comment in the Facebook comments below this video, or if you're watching this on YouTube, in YouTube, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like it. I love the feedback. Okay, so triggers. So there's 6 triggers. I'm going to quickly go through them. And once again, get a copy of this book to get the details on those triggers, because you can use those triggers extremely well in your videos. I use them almost in every single video that I create, whether it's a sales video or a content video, it doesn't matter. Okay. So 6 triggers. Scarcity. So that creates a lot of urgency. So often in that you can use that in terms of there's a deadline for them to take action, you know, or there's a limited number of something. That's the scarcity one. The social proof one is all about showing that other people are also taking the action. Reciprocity is all about you give something to people first, and there's this thing called the law of reciprocity. And when you give something for free to someone, they want to automatically give something back. And you know, just by creating a really valuable content video, that already creates this idea of reciprocity. And if you do this consistently over time, people feel kind of obliged to give something back to you. If you keep on giving, people want to give back. So that's a reciprocity one. Authority is where you get someone else, like a celebrity or someone knowledgeable or an expert, to endorse what you're doing and endorse the action that you want people to take. Commitment to consistency, a bit more of a tricky one, so I'm not going to go into that, but it just basically means that when someone has made a certain commitment, they're much more likely to take an action consistent with that commitment. So commitment, consistency, very powerful. And then liking, you know, that's all about basically getting people to like you. People like to do business with other people they like, know, and trust. So this is what the liking one is all about. So getting people to like you. So I really recommend you go and get a copy of this book. I'll see in the comments area inside YouTube whether I can have a link for that. But just go to Amazon and get a copy now if you don't have one yet. Very cool book. All right. So moving on. And the final thing in this formula is the CTA, or the call to action. And this part is the simplest part. You just really ask the question, okay, thank you for watching my video. Now do this. Now click here or subscribe here or do whatever else. And there are 6 different actions you want people to take. And that goes into pillar number 3, which is all about the right call to action. So just to quickly review, first of all, you want to make sure you target the right audience and the right desire in your target audience. Secondly, you want to use the right structure that I've just explained. And now it's all about asking the right question, using the right call to action. So, what do you want people to do? And you've got to think about this before you actually create your video. What do you want people to do? Whether it's a content video or a sales video, it doesn't matter. What do you want them to do? And there's 6 possible actions on YouTube. First one, a lot of these will be familiar, but there's 6 different things you can ask people to do. To subscribe. Boom. Subscribe to my channel if you like what I'm doing. Number 2 is you can get people to like your video. Very powerful. Very powerful for social proof. You can get people to comment. I've been asking you throughout this whole video to comment on my video. That's actually something that live video is really good for. You can get that sort of interaction and run competitions or run, create sort of incentives for people to comment on your video. So comment, share. So this is where they do the social sharing, where they, in my case, if you're watching this on my watch page, not on YouTube, I think over here I've got some share buttons, but on YouTube it's down the bottom. There's a share link you can click on and people can share it on Facebook, on Twitter, or whatever else. That's another action. Embed. This is one that a lot of people don't really realize, but you can ask people to embed your video on their websites. And this is a neat one because it gives you some really valuable backlinks to that video, which in the end helps you rank better and helps you get more traffic as a result. So you can actually ask people to embed your video on their channels as well, on their websites as well. I don't do that one too often, but hopefully if you create great content, that naturally happens. People want to share it on their sites. And then the final one, of course, is the click one. This is where you want people to click somewhere, either on your video, on an annotation, or link below your video, actually that's pretty much the limit on YouTube. But in terms of where you want to send people, maybe you want to send them to a squeeze page where you grab their contact details in return for something else. Maybe it's a sales page where you're offering your product or service. You can send them to a Facebook page. You could send them to a special YouTube subscribe link where if they click on it, it automatically asks them to subscribe. And maybe you just want to get them to click on an annotation to go and watch another video or watch another playlist or watch another channel, or even an annotation to subscribe to your channel. There's a bunch of things. So those are the 6 things, the 6 actions that you can get people to take from watching your videos. And when you apply this formula, I guess, making sure you're targeting the right problems and desires, needs, wants, frustrations first, then creating the right structure, and then making sure you ask the right question. All of these things need to be aligned. When you align them all, your chances of getting people to take action, in other words, your conversion rate for your videos, goes through the roof. It goes through the roof. So I'm going to give you some examples. All right, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you some examples of calls to action, because this is the thing that I want to talk about a bit more now, and I'm going to share with you how you can get this done really, really easy. But first I want to show you some examples of typical calls to actions that we're doing through the SPLASHEO business. And what's so cool about these is you can just click and drag them into your videos. I'll show you in a second how to do that. So I'm going to show you, I've got 6 here, and I'll tell you about the coolness of each one of them, and I'll cue them in here so that you can actually watch them live. So this first one, I can't actually remember what it was about, but maybe I'll show you and then I'll talk about it afterwards. So let me show you this first one. Okay, here we go. So that's an example outro or call to action that you can add at the end of your videos. That one just used the SPLASHEO branding and it was just general text. But you can imagine now if you have a report, a free report or a book, perhaps Robert Cialdini is watching this if he wants to get people to buy his book. You might have a call to action like that at the end of your videos. Very cool, makes it look nice and professional, calls people to action. You can add some text and your own branding, an image of your own book. And I'll show you an example of some of our customers that we had before that did that, that worked really, really well. The next one I want to show you is this one here. So let's have a look at this. So sorry, that just started from the beginning again. But basically that particular outro is really good for getting people to comment on your video, for people to like your video, and people to subscribe to your video. It actually gets those three actions all in one. And we actually ran some tests on these. I can't remember the numbers now. So let me bring it up. Let me see if I share my main screen. If you go to the free downloads, so this was just for our free ones, which weren't even all that specific, but I think one that was similar to this. So this one was for getting more comments and likes. We had like 160% increase in comments and 194% increase in likes just by adding that video, that outro at the end of our videos. So the test we ran, it was an interesting one. We had the two videos that were exactly the same. One had the outro and one didn't. And we got those sort of improvement in results. So that's a really cool one that you can add at the end of your videos as a call to action. And this is... Sorry, I queued that one in too quickly. So let's have a look at this third one, which is a different one again. So let's have a look. Okay, so that's a pretty cool one too. What's nice about that one is that it's if you've got just more, you want to tell people more about your website. That's really cool. So you can upload some images, screenshots of your website and your logo and the text. That's a really effective one for telling people a bit more about your website at the end of your videos on YouTube. So that was number 3. So let's have a look at the next one. So a couple more to go. So that one just sort of lingers there at the end as well. What that one is really good for is if you want to send people to another video on your channel. So it's really good for those annotations. If you know, at the end of your video, you just want to tell people about your other content on your channel, and you can actually superimpose your video on the side there, on the right hand side, and so people click on it and then go and visit your watch your other videos or any other playlists that you might have. That's a really good one for that. Let's have a look at the next one and see where that one goes. It's only a short one, this one. So that's quite a cool one for just getting people to click on the link in your description area for below your video. It can either be on YouTube or anywhere else for that matter. It's just a nice way to have a visual call to action to get people to click on the link below your video, or a link or a button or whatever you have below your video. Very, very cool one. And the last one I want to show you is this one here. Okay, Okay, so I cut that one short a bit, but basically that's just a really neat one for telling people about your website. So this is really useful for when people embed your video on their sites, or if they've turned off annotations. It's quite a nice one because then they can see your website address, and you know, if they can't click anywhere, if your video is embedded on another website, you know, you can't put your link there on their website. So it's quite nice to have that sort of a call to action in those cases where they can see your web address to go and visit your website. So what's next? Let's have a look at the slides here. So there's some examples of some of the outros, the calls to action we have at SPLASHEO. Now I'm going to quickly show you how to do that, and really this is supposed to be very quick. That's the whole point of this, and I forgot to set this up, but basically, let's see how quickly I can do this. You can actually see this now in real time. But let's say I am creating a new video here, and let's see if I can get some videos here. Actually, there's I know where to find a video. So I'm going to click and drag, say, a little video in here. Let's do this one. So here's a test that I ran with a friend of mine. So here's my video. So just assume this is like my YouTube video now. So I'm going to get it to the right format. And it's about, this one's about 1 minute and 30 seconds. And now I want to have my call to action at the end. So I'm using this ScreenFlow in this particular example, but you can use Sony Vegas or some other very simple video editing software. I think you can do this in iMovie as well. But basically, if you have your outro file now, if I can just quickly find it. Oh, here we go. So here's some outro. So say I like this outro here. I just basically, if it's pre-made, I can just click and drag it into my editing program, and there it is. So boom, you know, now there's my video, and then my call to action automatically done. With my logo in there. You know, of course, you'll have to be able to add your own text here. It's very cool. Just a quick little example to show you how this works. So you can do this very, very quickly, very effectively. Once you have the outros made, it's very quick and very easy. Now, I'd love to tell you a bit more about these outros if you're interested in getting them. So the whole point of this lesson today was to help you with the content of your video and making it more appealing and more effective to help you get those conversions. And what I'd like to show you now is how you can get these calls to action. So we like to call them outros. How you can get them made for you using SPLASHEO, and then you can just do what I did, click and drag them at the end of your videos. And you can, once you have one made, you can use it for as many videos as you want. It's really cool. So I'm going to quickly show you that. The place to go for this is, actually, if you're watching this live, there should be a button just below this video that you can already click on, and it'll take you to this page here, this one here. And so this is where we're listing all our outros at the moment, and you can see there's all those same ones that I've just shown you. Very cool. So you can, you know, look at different ones here. I'm just going to pause that. You can scroll through all the different options there. Not sure why this one is not scrolling for me now. Anyway, there's something a bit funny here with my mouse. Anyway, you could look at the different animations that are available there, and you can even select from some music tracks. So let's say I like this first one and I want a happy music. All you've got to do is click on submit, and then you'll get to the order page. Now, before you go ahead and order anything, I would like to make a very special offer for you that I'd like to do, because I have never actually talked about the outros for SPLASHEO before. We've had it for a long time. This is the first time that I'm actually really talking about the outros in a very specific way. So we'd like to make a little bit of a special announcement to help you if you want to get one of these calls to actions. So basically, let's have a look at my slides again. Special offer. I'd like to give you 50% off any of the SPLASHEO outros. So today, while you're live on this call, you can get 50% off, and it's only valid until this Friday. So this Friday, October 1, 2014, if you want to get 50% off, can go ahead and do that. And what you got to do is use a coupon code when you get to the order page. GETACTION. Actually, it's all lowercase. GETACTION. And let me just show you how to use that. So when you're there on the order page, so when you get there inside the coupon area, if you just type in GETACTION, all in lowercase, and then click on the Order Now button, you'll see on the next page, it'll give you that 50% discount. So GETACTION, all in lowercase. Just wait for the page to load, and you'll see there, it used to be 97, and now it's only like 48.50. So it's like 50% discount on any of the outros. So once again, that coupon code is GETACTION. Let me just show you that again. GETACTION, and the button below this video, or if you're watching this on YouTube, I haven't added the link yet, but I will. You can go ahead and click on that, and it'll take you to that page. If for whatever reason the link's not working for you, the page to go to, if I go there again, is, just pause this, SPLASHEO.com. So it's SPLASHEO.com/products/outro. You can go ahead and order that. So once again, the deadline for this, if you do want to get one, is this Friday, October 1, 2014. So it's only a few days, not very long at all. I think it's a couple of days. I might send another email to remind you, but basically there's only a couple of days, and probably midnight on Friday Pacific time, we'll have the deadline for that. So 50% discount on any of those outros that I've shown you. So I want to show you a couple of examples from previous outros we did for some of our customers. Here's a cool one we did for one of our customers. I think it's an ebook one, so just have a quick look. So as you can see with that one, the customer was able to get their own ebook graphics in there, their own text and their own logo. Pretty cool one. So next one I want to show you is this one here. I don't actually know what it is, but let's have a look. So once again with that one, the company Barks Active, they were able to upload their own website images, their own text, their own logo, and then basically the SPLASHEO team puts it all together for you and sends you the MP4 file that you can then use inside your editing program. And like I showed you, just click and drag it at the end of your video. It's really pretty easy. So that was example number 3, wasn't it? Let me see if there's another one. There's a couple more, actually one more I want to show you. Have a look. So it's another cool one. They've so Bradley Realtors Group. They once again they sent us their logo. They just uploaded to the site, their text, and that's a really nice one for getting subscribers and getting people to like and comment on your video. It just looks really nice and professional. And I mean, if you combine it with the intros that we're doing on SPLASHEO as well, it just makes your videos look great. And by the way, if you haven't seen the intros, they're pretty amazing too. We don't have a special price on them at the moment. It's just the outros. But think about it. You have your intro at the beginning and this nice outro at the end of your video. You can create some very nice looking videos very, very quickly. So I'm just going to flick back to my slides again here. So yeah, if you do want to get access to that, click on the button below this video. It's only valid till October 1, and the coupon code is GETACTION. It's all lowercase. Sorry, I've got the template here I have for my slides makes it all go uppercase, but just use lowercase GETACTION, and that'll give you the 50% discount. And link below this video or button below this video will take you there, or if that doesn't work for you, go to the actual website, which is splasheo.com/products/outro. Okay, so what's next? Yeah, very important that if for whatever reason you're not sure about your customizations already, if you don't have your logo ready or whatever else, you can take advantage of this special offer right now, and then just customize whenever you're ready. We don't have a limit on or when you're ready. If you want to order today and lock in that discount today, you go ahead and order today already, and then if it's a week from now, a month from now, 6 months from now, given that we're still in business, but I think we should be given how things are going, you can send that customization just at any point later. So it's a nice way to lock in your discount right now over the next couple of days until Friday, and then just customize later. But of course you can customize already if you've got everything all set. Okay, prize draw. This is great timing. So it's been about an hour. I'll quickly draw the prizes, and then I'll move into question and answer, and then I will answer some questions for you. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to look at the comments. And so throughout this presentation, I've invited you to take part. Even before this presentation, I've invited you to leave your comment. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have a look at the comments and do a quick, what do I call it? A quick selection of the 3 top prizes, and then I will come and announce them here in a second. So just give me a few minutes for me to quickly choose those 3 people at random, and then I'll come back and give you the result. In the meantime, while I do this the selection, you can get ready on Skype already if you want to ask me a question. And basically on Skype, if you want to ask me a question, you can call in to my Skype ID at Ask Gideon. So just find me on Skype. And my ID for this is Ask Gideon. And if you do want to ask me a question, just either type in audio or video, depending on how you want to do it. So you can do both an audio question or a video question. So I'd love to hear from you. So just when you send me a text, it'll be through Skype. Just type in either audio or video, and that'll tell me whether I should get you in through audio or video. Okay, great. So I'm gonna just quickly find these prizes and announce them, and then we'll get into the question and answer session. So give me a few seconds to do that, and then I'll get back to you. All right, so I'm back, and I've had a look at the comments. Thank you so much for everyone who took part in this. Very, very exciting. I'll quickly announce the 3 winners, and then basically if you can get in touch with me through, let's make it support at rapidvideoblogging.com. Sorry, I didn't type that in. Let's type this in here so you guys can see it. Support at rapidvideoblogging.com. If you can send me an email to say that you're one of the winners, we'll set you up with those prizes. So without further ado, let me announce the prizes. So prize 1, let me just type this in so everybody, so it's very clear for people. Prize 2, and sorry, I should have typed this in earlier. Prize 3. Okay, so here are the prizes, and I'll show you my screen so you can all share in the fun. Let's make it nice and big. And I'll give you that email address in a second as well. So if I share my screen here, so first prize, drum roll, goes to Free to Thrive Coaching LLC. So prize 1, so which is of course the Logitech camera, one of these very cool little cameras, and an hour time of picking my brain. Second prize goes to Stephen Barrett. Well done, Stephen. And so Stephen gets a $100 voucher for SPLASHEO. You can use it on SPLASHEO whichever way you want. Intro, outro, segue, whatever, any of the products lower third. Very cool. So Stephen, congratulations. And third prize goes to Susan Barney. And that, of course, is just, well, not just, but 1 hour access to my brain. Okay, so let me just show you guys who this is on this page so you can make sure you can identify yourself. So let's see this first one. There she is. So I'm not sure what your name is, but Free to Thrive Coaching, that's the first one. So you won the first prize. And then second prize, of course, was Stephen Barrett. Let's see, where's Stephen? So that's you there, Stephen. Oh, I should share my screen. I thought you guys were seeing it. Let me just go back. So let me get that again. So first prize, just to be sure we're all on the same page, goes to Free to Thrive Coaching LLC. So prize number 1. Prize number 2 goes to Stephen Barrett. And get that all in there as well. So why is that not working? Stephen Barrett, where is he? Stephen, where are you? There we go. So that's Stephen Barrett, prize number 2. And then prize number 3 is, just to make sure we get the faces matched up with it all, is Susan Barney, of course. All right, so for those 3 guys, if you can please send me an email at support@rapidvideoblogging.com just to say that you're one of the winners, and we'll set you up with your gift and also with an hour time with me. Awesome. How cool is that? All right, next up, I'm going to go into the Skype calls. So if you do have a question for me through audio or video, join up, link up to me with Skype. And let me just show you that again. So Skype ID is Ask Gideon. And if you have an audio question, just type in audio simply. And if you have a video question, just type in video simply. All right, I'm going to go over to my Skype and see what's happening there. So let's see. Okay, I've got a bunch of questions here. So, okay, Abdullah is saying, nice presentation. I love it. Friday is October 3rd. You are right. So my bad. The deadline is Friday, October 3rd. So my apologies. Today is October 1st already if you're in Australia. Or is it? Goodness, I don't even know what the date is today. It's actually the 2nd. So for me, but for people in America, if you're watching this live, I think it's still October 1 there. So you've got until October 3rd, midnight, to go for it. Thanks, Abdullah, for mentioning that. Okay, so next one from Kelly. I'm going to accept Kelly. And Kelly, I don't see whether you want a video or audio question, so I'm just going to assume you want to do video. So let's bring Kelly in. I'm going to put my earphones on. And I forgot to say, if you can just pause the live video stream when you get on the call with me, that'll just mean this you can actually hear me properly and we can have a chat. So let's see. So calling Kelly Linfield, hopefully she answers, and we can have a bit of a chat. Oh, Kelly, I hope you answer. Kelly, I might come back to you because you're not answering right now. So let's try somebody else. Okay, so next is Ans Mohammed Al-Smashri. So I don't see whether you want audio or video, so I'm just going to assume a video call. So let's try this one. Okay. For some reason, I'm not sure why people join if they don't want to ask a question when I call them. Strange. So ring a few. Okay, that one got ended. So perhaps you didn't want to have a video call. Let's try the next one. Colette. Not having much luck today with the Q&A, am I? So, but let's see. Colette Hope. Perhaps she's there and we can have a bit of a chat. All right. Here we go. Colette. So I don't see whether you want. Hello.
Hi.
Colette, you might want to just pause the live video, otherwise there's going to be a bit of funny stuff happening.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not sure why people join if they don't want to ask a question. So on the YouTube player, just press pause, otherwise it's going to be difficult for us to communicate. Let's try the next one. Colette, if you can just pause your video, the video that you're watching, the live video, if you can just pause that, then we can actually have a chat. Otherwise, it's going to be very confusing for you.
Do you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear. Okay, that's better. All right, fantastic. So everyone else watching this as well, just make sure when I get you on Skype to just pause the live video stream. Otherwise, you get very confused because there's 30-second delay between the video and what's actually happening live. So, Colette, how are you?
I'm great. I'm not on video, am I?
No, but you're welcome to get on video if you want to.
Okay. No.
Okay, that's fine too. Do you have a question?
I've completely gone blank. What did I write in that? Oh, the system, the video went down. My live stream went down right when you went to offer. To give the offer, so I didn't even hear the offer.
Okay, right. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. So basically, the offer is collective for your benefit and everyone else. If I go back to my slides, I'll just quickly go through it with you again and everyone else. So basically, it's 50% off to any of the SPLASHEO outros. And there should be a button below this video, the live video that you're watching, where you can click on it and it'll take you to that page where you can order an outro, and then there's a coupon code that you can use. GETACTION is the coupon code that'll give you 50% off until this Friday. I had the wrong date in there. I had October 1, but it's actually October 3 for the deadline. So 50% off of any of the outros. So sorry about that, that you couldn't hear.
So are you saying, what is the coupon code? Because I had to pause my screen, I don't see it. So are you saying
coupon code is just GETACTION, yeah, GET and then action, all lowercase.
Okay.
All right.
And where would we be when we purchase the outros and intros? Where would we do our edits? Or do we have to do it in our own video editing software? All
right. So for the actual video clips that we send you, we do all that for you. So you just send us your logo and the text that you want to have inside the videos. There's certain text fields that you just type in when you place your order afterwards. You get sent to a customization page where you type in your text and you upload any images and your logo. You hit submit and we take care of the rest for you. Then about a day later or so, we send you the MP4 file, the video file, that you can then just click and drag into your video editing program with your main video.
Okay, so we would need to have that all together before we make the purchase?
No, that's the other thing I talked about. You can purchase today already and before the deadline. And if you don't have your customizations ready yet, you don't have to submit them already. You can do that later. You can do that at any point in time. So if you want to take advantage of the special offer, just go ahead and place the order and just basically send us an email saying that you don't want to customize yet. And just when you're ready, we can send you that page again. It's no problem at all. And you can do that within a week or a month or 6 months, whatever, whenever you're ready with those customizations.
Okay, great. I never heard of the SPLASHEO, so I haven't been there yet. Do you have a platform that's like supporting even what you're using this video platform for? Like, is this Google Hangouts, or do you have some product on top of that that we can purchase to do our own webinars like you're doing now?
Not yet, but I've had a lot of people ask about this, Colette. So I might create either a video product on it or another live event to show people how I do it. I actually did run a live event on this topic, on the topic of live events, a few weeks back. So if you go to my channel and look at one of the more recent videos, there's one I did on live events. I think it was called Why YouTube live events will crush everything online or something like that. And that's about an hour-long presentation where I go through my setup and why it's so cool. But I think I might need some more detail. A lot of people are asking for more detail, so I might create an extra presentation on that, either a product or another live event in the future. But that one there will get you started at least.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
I love the product.
Great. Thank you so much, Colette. I'll move on to the next question unless you had another question.
No, I'll let you go.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye. Okay, moving on to Marcelo. So here we go. Marcelo. I don't see a Skype. Well, let's call them on the phone. Let's try this. So probably won't do video here. Marcelo,
Hello.
how you doing?
What's up, my man?
I'm good, man. Yes. Am I calling on your
Good.
phone? Or is this Skype?
No, you're calling me on Skype.
Okay, it is Skype. All right, I wasn't sure about that. All right, cool. So, you got a question?
Yeah. Quick question for you. First thing is, when somebody buys, because I just purchased, how do we send you the customization later?
All right. So when you get to the customization page, you don't need to actually go through with that. You can either save that page and just put it in a place where you can find it again, or when you're ready, just send us an email at support@splasheo.com. Or if you get stuck, just go to the SPLASHEO site. There'll be a contact page there and say, hey, I placed an order a while ago. I didn't do my customizations. I'm ready now. Where do I go? So we'll help you with that. That happens. We get that all the time from customers where they're just not ready yet when they go through the process, and then they contact us a little bit later. So that it's either support@splasheo.com. You can just email us, or go to splasheo.com, and there's a little contact us link that you can contact us with.
All right. And second question: how did you set up this webinar with Google Hangouts and Skype?
Okay, so I didn't use Google Hangouts. I used YouTube Live events. And it's a much different setup to Google Hangouts. As you can see, it's much better quality as well. And I can do a few more fancy things like I did with bringing in videos and doing the Skype call. The lady before, you probably didn't hear that, but she asked about that as well. So I might create another presentation for that in the future.
Yeah, I think you should. All right, that was it, my man. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Marcelo.
Ciao.
Getting a lot of questions for this live event stuff. All right. Let's try Kerwin. All right, here we go. Let's try a video call with Kerwin. If you don't want to answer with video, I'll call with video by default, but just answer with audio if you like. So connecting with Kerwin. Let's see if he's there. It's not quite connecting just yet. Got a lot of questions here, actually. Oh, here we go. Kerwin.
The person whom you're trying to reach is currently unavailable. Please leave a message after the beep.
Hi, Kerwin. We tried to call you, Gideon Shalwick here, and you weren't there. Anyway, hope you have a lovely day. Okay, that was Kerwin. All right, let's try Fred. Hey, Fred. Actually, Fred was one of the people that... let's call. Fred was one of the people that won one of the previous prizes, and I had an hour long where he picked my brain, and he sure did pick my brain. It was very cool. So Fred didn't win this time, but he can probably tell you a bit about what he, how useful that was for him. Okay, so that one didn't go through, so Fred might have left already. Let's try this one again. Let's try Ans Mohammed Al-Mesri again. It didn't work previously, but let's see if he's there now. Okay, so still not answering. So I'm going to have to move on to another one. Sorry about that. I noticed you had a text question there, and just asking about the code. Is there just for outros or for all products? Okay, so the question is for the special discount code, this one here, GETACTION, all in lowercase, it's just for the outros. So this is just a promo for the outros until this Friday. So that's 50% on just the outros. So just to make that clear. So let's move on to the next caller. All right, so let's try, actually Kerwin is back. So we try him again. Let's try Kerwin. Hopefully he answers, because we left a message before. Maybe he got the message. Kerwin.
Gideon.
How are you?
Good.
Thanks for answering. I don't know what happened before. I left a message, but for some reason it didn't come through. But good you have on the call.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, it was a little weird. I think I was on, but then I got off.
Okay.
But I guess the questions were answered already, because it was about how do I set up the information, and you said just email you the stuff you need. Mm-hmm. And the other thing was, how do you do the presentation you did?
All right, okay. So it looks like I definitely have to create some sort of a product or something that people would want. So by the way, if I were to create a product like this, how much would you pay for something like that if I showed you everything for how I set up a live presentation like this?
Oh wow! I mean, it's worth at least $100.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's good. I mean, I actually thought it was Google Hangout,
right?
But you said it wasn't, so
yeah.
It's good. It's good stuff.
Google Hangouts is really easy to use, but it has some limitations. I think they'll improve it because they're spending a lot of resources on it. Google is. But I really like YouTube for its quality and also the flexibility. I can flick between screens a lot easier. If you were on video, everyone would be able to see you now as well, which is pretty cool. And so you can't do like a split screen on Google Hangouts. So lots of cool things you can do with YouTube Live. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Good deal. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Good stuff as usual, Gideon.
Thank you, Kerwin. And I'll talk to you soon again.
All right. You too. Okay, bye-bye.
All right, so just before we move on to more questions, so if you missed the offer, it is a 50% discount on all the SPLASHEO outros. There's a button below this video. The deadline is actually not October 1, it's Friday, October 3rd. Sorry, I got that wrong. And the discount code or the coupon code is GETACTION. It's all lowercase, and it should take you to a page like this. Where you can then go ahead, select your outro that you want, submit your selection, and then on the next page you can type in your coupon code, and that'll give you 50% discount until Friday. Oops. Okay. So moving back to more question and answers. Let me just set up the screen again, and we'll do the split screen because that works quite well. Okay. So who's next? Let's try this one here, and let's try video call. I hope someone answers with a video. I would really want to see some video coming through. So calling Nick Tool 123. So let's see if he's got a video that we can communicate with. How exciting is this? It's cool, right? Leave a comment if you like this, if you think this is cool. Actually, also let me know if you're interested in getting me to create a product that shows you about all this live stuff, live video streaming. Let me know below in the comments, because that's how I know that there's enough people interested. So I should spend time on it. So Nick, not getting an answer from him. So I'm going to stop that for now. Maybe he'll be there later. Let's try ADD consultants. Let's try this one. Let's do a video call. Come on, ADD consults. Answer with a video. Let's see if this works. See, Adam Bean is here as well. I'll get Adam. I'm sure he'll get a video on. Okay, come on. It's not that difficult to answer your Skype. Here we go. ADD consults. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. You don't want to show your face on video?
No.
No problem. Well, thank you for joining in and calling in. How can we help?
Well, I'm new. I missed most of your presentation, so I was wondering how I can backtrack and hear more about what you offer. I've been trying to use a video with not much success, partly because I get a little bit confused with the different accounts I have with YouTube.
Right.
And I need to combine all of my different videos onto one account. I find it really confusing.
Okay, awesome. So you'd like to watch this whole presentation again? So just first question is where are you watching it from now at the moment?
I'm in the U.S. Eastern Standard Time.
Sure. And but which page? Are you watching this on YouTube or the page that I emailed to you?
Let me find you. I am on your website with leadpages.net /.
Right, yeah, so that's cool. So whether if you're watching on YouTube or on that page, that's fine. You can actually already go back to the beginning of this video and start watching it from the beginning. So that's a cool thing about what I'm doing here with YouTube Live. You can watch the replay immediately as I'm done with it. You know, so you can actually, if you want to, after you've talked to me on Skype, just go back to the beginning of this video, and you'll be able to start watching right from the beginning already.
Quick question. I've seen a video of yours many months ago, and I was very impressed, and I just happened to catch this in an email you sent.
Yep.
But, and since it's probably not fair to ask you these questions after I've just bounced in, but do you suggest a lot of outsourcing? Because I'm not real savvy with the technical part of this, and when I make videos,
yeah,
it takes forever and ever and ever.
You know, probably I do recommend outsourcing. They can save you a lot of time. I outsource a lot of my video work to the Philippines, but sometimes, you know, I just do it myself because I want to get something out really quickly. And in fact, there's a little hack with live videos that allows you to create videos very quickly on the go, but it's quite technical. So, but for your case, I would recommend either outsource or use something. Are you on Mac or PC?
On a Mac, and
okay.
I've been using, I forgot I think it's a iMovie maybe.
Okay, iMovie, yes.
I just find it very difficult because I'm not techy, and you know the time that it takes.
iMovie is actually I find iMovie very confusing. It's supposed to be like for the mainstream and make it really easy, but I actually find it very, very difficult, especially when you want to do more nice things like adding a lower third or an outro or any music tracks and things like that. The software we recommend, or that I use, the only software that I use for video editing is called ScreenFlow. So in fact, everyone else will be able to see this, but you won't. But you can watch this afterwards. Let me just show the main screen to everyone as well. So if you just go to Google and type in ScreenFlow,
okay.
The top result will be from Telestream, ScreenFlow Telestream, and it's about $100. But it's just the most beautiful software for editing. In fact, I know you missed the presentation, but in the example that I used, where I showed people how to add the outro in, you know, you're just clicking and dragging in, that's actually using ScreenFlow as well for that. And it just works so good. The quality is so good. It's just so easy, and it allows you to do multiple tracks. I mean, a good idea also is if you go to SPLASHEO.com, this might be quite useful for you. On SPLASHEO.com, on the homepage, you can download a free report there. It's about 20 pages long. It's called the SPLASHEO method. Create amazing videos really fast, really easy. And in there, I talk about a very similar method to what I talked about today, but there's a video course as well that shows you how to do the editing on your own, which is very quick and very easy using the SPLASHEO products. So make sure you get a copy of that report. It's 100% free. It's got to enter your name and email in there, and you'll get access to that. So that's pretty cool, and that'll help you a lot.
Wonderful. I'm there right now, so I'll check it out.
Okay, fantastic.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, and thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Let's get Adam on here. Adam, let's see. Maybe Adam will be keen to have some video coming through. I haven't had a video caller yet. Interesting. Got all this technology set up and not getting any video calls. All right, Adam, you better answer. Adam is here on the Sunshine Coast as well. Very smart marketer as well. Hey, Adam.
Oh, hello, yes. Gideon.
We have you on video.
Certainly do, mate.
Very good.
The other one.
I noticed you forgot to shave this morning, or you need to stand a bit closer to the shaver or something.
Yeah, I shave once a week whether I need to or not.
No, it looks good. It looks good. I like the cap as well. I like that style. It really suits you.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Well, awesome to have you calling in as a video. You're the first video caller.
Oh, cool. I've got two main questions, and they're around conversion.
Okay.
Number one is I've got the Segway segment in. I'm using that at the moment, but mainly more as a branding type of thing. Is that an opportunity to put a call to action within the Segway there? And the outro I'm using is the traffic booster.
Okay.
But I'm running that directly to my blog. Would I be better off running that to, because you were talking about conversions earlier on in the piece and the dramas you had with your ad, would I be better off running that to a squeeze page?
Right. It depends a bit on your strategy. So let's answer that first one, the segues. So just for everyone else watching this, so the segue is really designed as more of a transitional thing, between different parts of your video. So remember the structure that I talked about, the audience problem match, problem solution match, desire, feature, or how to trigger, and then call to action. Those are the 5 different parts of your video. If you wanted to, you can use a SPLASHEO in between each of those different parts of the structure, just to break things up a bit. And the whole point of the segues are they're really designed to increase engagement and retention for your videos, and just sort of as a subconscious branding thing. So they're only just like really short, so boom, just quickly get the brand in there. So I wouldn't necessarily use them for a call to action, but they can help with retention when people watch your videos. So that's how I'd use the segues. So it's a different product to the outros for those people who doesn't know. In terms of where you send people, I mix things up a bit. What I used to do, I would only send people to a squeeze page from YouTube, and it worked really well. But nowadays, YouTube's changed a lot. They want to see a lot more interaction on YouTube. So now I mix things up a bit. So now often I would only dedicate the call to action in a video to people subscribing and liking the video and leaving a comment, that sort of thing. So anything that happens on YouTube. And then on another different video, I might make the focus on, hey, go and check out my website. There's a cool report there that you can download or whatever. So I'd use a different outro and a different call to action for that. So I try to have this focused approach. So either if I'm going to want people to take action on YouTube, I make it a call to action on YouTube, like a subscribe or like or comment, this sort of thing. And if I want them off YouTube, I make that call to action to go wherever, either the lead page or the sales page. Now, the question whether you send them to a squeeze page or a sales page, that needs to be tested. It depends a lot on your industry. Some people get better results when they send them straight to a sales page, like e-commerce sites often. They seem to get better results when there's no education required. They just want to send them people to, hey, they're ready to buy, go and check it out. Here's the product page. If your business requires a bit more lead nurturing, where you nurture your audience a little bit more, send them to a squeeze page where you get the contact details so you can follow up with them. So they might not be ready to buy yet, and then you send them to a squeeze page in that case.
Cool. Well, thank you very much.
Awesome. I mean, you probably knew the answer to that, but it's great to have you coming in on a video call. Really cool.
Yeah, awesome. I'm loving these lives as well. They're really good. I've got to get into them myself.
Oh, they're good fun. Really useful. And like I said before, I'm not sure if you caught that bit, but goodness gracious, they rank really well, man. They rank really well on YouTube. So that's awesome.
Cool. All right, mate. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Beanie. And, everybody, what's your website address, actually, Beanie? People can check it out. Isometricmarketing.co. ISOMETRIC marketing.co. Very smart stuff that Beanie's doing there. Adam's his real name, but he likes to get called Beanie.
Only my mum calls me Adam.
Right. So check out his website. He's doing some cool stuff there. Very smart stuff. All right. Hey, thanks, Adam and Beanie. I'll chat to you later sometime.
Thanks, Gideon. See you, mate.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, let's get Daniel to come in. Daniel, let's see if there's, so he doesn't have video activated. Oh, that's cool. All right, let's try Daniel. I'm not sure if he's got a video plugged in because it only gave me the normal audio call option. All right, so he is not keen to answer. Let's move on to Delia. Beautiful name. Video call. Hopefully we get another video here. How cool would that be? Okay. All right, let's get Delia.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi.
Oh,
Are
yes.
you seeing me? Am I doing this wrong?
I can't see you yet, so you might have to just turn your video on Skype. There might be a little...
How do I do that?
So if you hover over your Skype window, there might be a little little taskbar or thing that comes up at the bottom, and it's got a little video camera on it. So if you click on that might turn your video camera on. It'd be great to see you.
Yeah, I was like, I'll cam up, but I don't see, I just see the phone one and a little plus button, send, share, and audio. Huh.
The other option, let me just see. So this is now if you hover over, are you on Skype or PC, by the way?
I'm on Mac.
Mac, okay,
on
yeah.
Skype.
Yeah, so right, if you're on inside your Skype window, and actually you probably, do you see me on video?
Yeah, I
Okay.
see you.
So hover over my face.
Okay, I'm hovering over your face.
Okay, and then down the bottom somewhere. So
Yes.
everyone, there should be a little thing that comes up with little icons on it. Do you see that?
Yes, I see a little microphone, a little plus symbol inside
okay.
that symbol, and a phone.
Now,
So
important
maybe
question. Important question. Do you have your video camera plugged in? Or
I have a webcam.
you got your webcam?
Or
Okay.
not a webcam. I just have the one that's built into my computer.
Yeah. Okay. So for some reason it's not working. That's a pity. But anyway, you can. I'm using two cameras here, so I'm going to look into the other camera. But we'll just do the audio for now. Maybe next time we can get your video camera working. Love to see you.
Well, I really like this whole Skype integration, and that's actually my question.
Okay.
And now I need to figure out how it works.
Right.
How exactly are you integrating this? Are you just showing the screenshot and having a template layout where it's side by side, or is it something that you downloaded? Or
for answer for that, am I pronouncing your name right? By the way, is it Delia or Delia?
Delia.
Delia.
Philadelphia.
Beautiful
On
name.
YouTube.
Beautiful name. Well, for that answer, you're going to have to pay.
Oh.
A lot of people have been asking about it, so I might create a separate product on that or a separate live event, depending on how I feel. But just quickly, I use a YouTube Live, it's a YouTube Live event, and then the software that I use for that is called Wirecast for YouTube. And then that allows me to basically share my screen. I can share different screens, and basically what I'm doing now is I'm sharing. I've divided my screen into two parts. One is showing my camera feed, the other one is just sharing basically another part of the screen where the Skype window is, and that allows me to bring in video through Skype as well. But it's
So the desktop share, and then does it affect the stream on the? As far as having two things running on a live stream, I know bandwidth can kind of be an issue.
Yeah, you do need. That's a thing with all of this. There's two things you definitely need that very, very important. One is good internet connection for both upload and download speeds. For example, I'm getting sometimes up to 20 megabits per second up and 20 megabits per second down. For me, it varies because I've got a microwave connection and it's all over the show sometimes, and sometimes it drops, which is really annoying. But that's my limitation here. But ideally, you have something that's nice and constant, at least between 3 and 5 up, and 5 down perhaps. So if you can have at least that, you should be fine with this level of streaming, which is 720p. And the other thing that's really important is the processor for your computer, the CPU. You need I started doing this on my MacBook Pro, brand new MacBook Pro. The CPU was just not fast enough. It was a dual core processor, so only 2 processors. But I think you need at least a quad core processor, like 4 processors to make this, if you want to do the video stuff at least. Because as soon as you do a video Skype call coming in, it just really eats up your CPU, your processor, and then it struggles a bit. I'm actually running this from a Mac Pro. It's got like 6 processors in there, so.
Okay. Yeah, because it's really smooth. I've been watching it, so.
Awesome. Good stuff. I'm glad you're having a good experience.
Do the comments just disappear after the stream's over, or do they stay up
the ones on YouTube?
Yeah, on the live stream chat.
Yeah, so if you're watching this on YouTube, those live comments actually become just normal comments on YouTube. They're slightly different because you can't like reply to them anymore. Like with the normal Google Plus integrated comments on a normal YouTube video, you can reply to someone. With these live comments, from what I can tell, is once the video is finished, they just go in as it looks like a normal comment, but you can't actually reply to them. But for all intents and purposes, they just look like normal comments after the live event.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Well, those were all my questions. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you, Dahlia. And thanks for calling in. Next time, we'll get your video working, all right?
Yeah, I'm going to figure that out.
Okay,
all right,
cool.
see you next time.
Okay. Thanks for chatting. Bye. Okay, now, I'm not seeing anybody else with questions there. If I did miss you, just type in video or audio in Skype, and I'll be able to answer your question for you. But, you know, it's we've been at it for 1 hour and 40 minutes. So perhaps this is a good time to bring this to an end. Yes, so I'm not seeing any more questions there. What I'm going to do is just quickly tell you about the offer again, if you haven't seen it yet, or if you've missed out on some of the details. So basically, here it is. It's 50% off all SPLASHEO outros, so the call to action ones. It's only valid till this Friday, October 3rd, not the 1st. And use the coupon code GETACTION, all in lowercase, to get 50% off. And go to this page here, not this one. This page here is either a button below this video or a link in the description area once I have it in there. It's probably not in there at the moment, but there should be a button if you're watching this from the page that I emailed. Otherwise, just go to this link, splasheo.com/products/outro, and I'll show you all the outros, and you just go through the process and place your order there. If you're not ready with your customizations yet, don't worry about it. If you want to take advantage of the special offer, just go ahead and order, and then you can just email us later on once you're ready with your customization, or contact us using this little contact link here at the top of the page. Very straightforward. I'm just going to have a quick look at Skype to see if there's any other questions. I don't see any other questions, guys. So I'm going to bring this call to an end. I want to thank you so much for being awesome and being on this call live with me. If you're watching this as a replay, thank you for watching all this way. Appreciate your time, and I look forward to interacting with you on my next call. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to put in a little outro here, and I'll see you inside the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.